It's a big problem right now for companies because you have these large sprawling companies, lots of operating units, and the question is how much autonomy and how much control? And the answer is it depends. It depends on the market and the customer. Don't try to sort this out by just having some internal meditation about what you prefer. Base it on what your customers need in order for you to cost effectively add value to them. So if you are running a business where the operating units have to respond very quickly to changing local market conditions, give them a lot of autonomy. Give them clarity about goals and objectives and parameters, but then trust them to take that action because otherwise your competitors will. On the other hand, if you are a very asset-heavy company and you have to make long-term investments, if you have a very lengthy product development cycle and once you commit, it's not easy to stop because resources have been pledged and so on, then it may make sense to make decisions regionally, if not globally. You might rationalize supply chain. You may decide that you'll put money behind your biggest brands and all the local units will have to abide by those priorities. You might do ad buys globally. So I would make it not about this person's power or that person's power. Make a business case. But then, once you've taken the decision, implement it. Don't pussyfoot around it. I mean, don't do it halfway. You can't. You can't then say, for example, operating unit, you have P&L responsibility, but we in the center will own the brand. Well, if you have brand ownership and they have to do profit and loss and they're held accountable, you're going to have discord. You're sowing the seeds right there. What a center should do, however, a headquarters, no matter how much autonomy it gives, is to provide strategic priorities, is to provide clarity about culture and the kind of leaders who will win and lose in the business. And you have to make sure everybody lives or dies by that. When you don't tackle people on that, if you allow there to be some eccentrics or some pariahs, people who are just doing their own thing, then by creating that exception, what you lose is the trust of the whole organization. People can abide by shifts as long as they know that it's not because one person just prefers it. It's really to deliver the result the organization is in existence to produce in the first place. Well, ideally, I think the first thing is to go and find out what magic they've discovered, what's the abracadabra, and see if it can be replicated. If they're doing it in a way that's short-term, which often happens, for example, to make numbers, people will flood the market with a lot of product, and they can look like superstars. And then if everybody else emulates them, then the next year you have disaster, because the market is flooded, your distributors are angry. So you have to make sure that they are stars, not by number fiddling or using expedient means, but by playing the game that you've determined you want to play. As long as that's happening, make them your heroes. Make them demos. Tell stories about them. Companies, to some extent, are the stories they tell. And you as a leader have to be one of the chief storytellers of the business. Tell the story about the people who are living the organizational model you're preaching.